The movie starts and we see a girl named Katie asking for lift from the vehicles on the highway. Then a trucker stops to give her a lift. Katie gets into the truck. Further, when she was continuing with the driver, then that driver starts touching Katie. Seeing that she does not say anything to him, the driver stops the truck on the side and tries to come closer to Katie. Even till this time, Katie does not say anything to him, but only then she runs away with the shoes of the driver. Seeing which, the truck driver shouts a lot at her, but she doesn't stop. After a while, she sees a house far away and then she starts going towards that house. This is where the scene cuts and we see Jess, the owner of that house. When he comes home, he sees Katie sitting outside the house, and seeing her, he asks her, "What are you doing here?" But instead of answering, she starts flirting with him. Further, from the talk of both of them, we come to know that Jess has a wife named Well who runs away with another man a few years ago. After which, she tells her name Katie. She said that I am your daughter, and by saying this she goes inside the house. Now when Jess comes to know that this girl is his daughter, he is quite shocked. Actually, Jess hadn't seen Katie since many years ago, because his wife had taken Katie with her while running away. The same night when father and daughter were talking, then she told about Well that her health is not good. Along with that, she also tells him that I got pregnant at a young age, and last month I gave birth to a cute baby, and the boy who got me pregnant did not even come to see the baby till date. Hearing all this, Jess feels very bad and he asks her that where are you going from here now, on which Katie tells that I have come here to be with you forever. But Jess flatly refuses for this and says that you cannot stay here. Now hearing this, she starts crying and hugs Jess, due to which Jess gets emotional and lets her stay there. After a while, when Katie was changing her clothes, then by mistake Jess sees her without clothes. When Jess wakes up the next day, he calls Katie, but she was not in the house, so Jess goes out to look for her. Only then he sees Katie near mine, and seeing her there, he goes to her to talk, from where we come to know that Jess is the guard of this mine. So Katie tells him that there is so much silver in mine that both of us can become rich overnight. Katie talks about getting silver out, but Jess flatly refuses to do so. On this, Katie replies that the son of the owner of this mine, Waz Gillespie, had made me pregnant, due to which this mine is also mine and my child as well, and when this mine is mine, then I can take out silver without anyone's permission. Hearing all this, Jess feels very shocked, but he does not say anything to Katie and takes her with him to the church, where father tells the story of Katie to all the people, but Katie does not like all this, so she leaves the church. Although Jess tries to stop her, but she doesn't stop. When she does not come home that day, Jess becomes very tense. Then next morning, Katie comes back to Jess, and on asking, she tells that she was staying at a friend's house. Hearing all this, Jess understands what Katie did last night and where she was. Now to stop these acts of Katie, Jess lets her stay with him, along with he also agrees to extract silver from the mine. Katie likes Jess very much because of these things, and she starts coming closer to Jess, but then Jess stops her and leaves from there, because Katie is his daughter. The next day, both of them go to the mine and start digging, but despite working the whole day, they didn't get anything. Katie was very tired when she came home. That's why she goes to bed. Seeing this, Jess asks her to take a hot water bath. Here Katie takes off her clothes in front of him and sits in the bathtub and asks Jess to massage her back. While massaging there, both come closer, but Jess stops her and says that it is wrong to do all this. Then the next day, when both of them were digging in the mine, they get a lot of silver, which they talk about selling in the market, but only then we see that a man is listening to both of them from above. Next, Jess and Katie come to the market to sell silver, where Katie goes to a shop to buy clothes. But when Jess comes there after selling silver, the shop owner tells her that Katie has gone to the club in front. Next, when Jess goes to her, he sees that Katie is dancing with an unknown man. After dancing for a while, she started going out with a boy, but Jess stops her here. Katie tells Jess that I want something that you don't want to give me. Listening to which Jess understands why is Katie doing this. That's why he tells Katie that I will do as you say, and hearing this, Katie doesn't go with that unknown boy. But now it was too late, because Jess gets into a fight with the boys with whom Katie was about to go out. Seeing which Katie supports him, Jess makes them run away by betting those boys. In the next scene, we see Jess and Katie in the court, where Jess has to pay a fine of a few dollars for fighting. When both of them were home from the court, we see Katie very happy, and when she comes home she gets another surprise because her sister was waiting for her, meeting whom Katie is very happy and she likes it very much. Next, Katie introduces Jess to her baby Tennis, but Jess quietly goes inside the house seeing the baby. From this, we can understand that Jess doesn't like the baby, but he is angry with Katie, but he can't stay angry with her for long, because when she gives him her child to handle, then he plays very well with the child, during which he sees a red color mark on the child's stomach, and on asking, she tells that it is a birthmark. Jean tells Jess that the father of this child was agreed to marry Katie, and he is going to be here tomorrow to meet Katie. Everyone is overjoyed, but Jess gets upset about it. After this, when he comes to meet Katie the next day, then Katie pretends to be angry with him, and says that I didn't want to marry you and you leave from here. Seeing Katie angry, Wash tries to persuade her and Katie also agrees. After this, Katie meets Wash to Jess and he asks Jess, can I marry with your daughter? After thinking a lot, on which Jess answers yes. Now same night, Wash tells Katie that we both will get married in next 2 days because my parents want so. Further, those people were talking when they heard the sound of a truck coming. Seeing this, Jess immediately takes out the gun. Only then a man named Moke Blue comes out of the truck. Guys, let me tell you here that this is the same person who abducted Jess's wife years ago. Actually, he had brought Well here with him because she was very sick and was about to die in a few days, so she wanted to meet her whole family before she died. Next, everyone goes inside to meet the Well one by one, and when Moke goes inside, Belle pulls out a pin to kill him. Then everyone outside hears the sound of shouting from inside, so everyone immediately goes inside, where they see Belle dead on the ground, but Moke tries to convince them that he didn't do it on purpose, but Jess doesn't listen to him and angrily says him to leave. And then in the next day we see Belle's funeral, where by Ed's smile Jess understands that Moke has gone to the mine. Actually, Moke came to know that a lot of silver is coming out in the mine. Now knowing this, Jess immediately comes inside the mine with his gun, where Moke was extracting silver. Now both were talking when he sees the same mark on Moke's stomach that he was seen on Katie's child's stomach. By this, Jess understands that Moke got Katie pregnant and Katie lied to him. Now knowing this, he gets a lot more angry on him, and he shoots Moke. In injured condition, Moke tells that Katie is not your daughter but my daughter, and this mark comes on the stomach of every boy in the family, and because Katie is a girl, that's why this mark did not come on her stomach. But the baby is a boy, that by this mark come on his belly because she was born a boy. Now despite knowing the truth, Jess buries him there. After which Jess goes to Wash's house and tells his parents that the child is not Wash's but Moke's son because both of them have the same birthmark on their stomach. Because Jess started liking Katie and now he doesn't want anyone between him and Katie. Next day, Katie waits for the Wash for the wedding, but even after an hour, Wash does not come there because he was convinced that the child was not his. Now Katie gets very angry because of Wash not coming there, and seeing Katie in this condition, Jess tells her that we will take revenge for this and touches her. He says we will take out all the silver from his mine. Angry Katie also finds this idea right, and then both of them go to extract silver from the mine. Further, when they were going up, then Katie falls down. Jess tries to lift her. During this, both of them come very close, so Katie starts kissing Jess and Ed sees them doing this. The next day, when they are extracting the silver, the police came here to arrest Jess and Katie because Ed had told them everything about their relationship, which is a big crime in the eyes of the law. In the next scene, we see Jess and Katie in the courtroom where the judge considers both of them guilty after listening to their work. Only then Jess says that there is no fault of Katie in all this and I forced her. Hearing this, the judge sentences Jess for 10 years, but seeing this, Jess cannot stay quiet, but she says in front of everyone that whatever happened between us happened on the will of both of us. Now after hearing this, the judge is about to say something to her, but Jess says that Katie is not mine but Moke's daughter. To prove it, he shows the judge a mark on Katie's son's stomach because the same mark was on Ed's stomach. Actually, Ed had that mark on his stomach because he was Moke's brother. After seeing all this, the judge is convinced that Katie is not Jess's daughter, so Jess didn't do anything wrong by having a relationship with Katie, because of which both of them don't face any punishment. On coming out of the court, Wash tells Katie that Jess came to my house and said that your child is of Moke, so he did not come to marry that day. That's why she goes to Jess and says that it would be good for my child's future that I should go along with Wash. Although Jess did not like this, but after thinking a lot, he thinks it right that he allows Katie to marry Wash, and with this our